and I just feel like a little Malibu Barbie. So that's gonna be my breakfast for the day before my workout. I have been obsessed with taco bowls, and I think the thing I'm most excited about are these runners. Lunch is served. It is pretty much the perfect like ice cream consistency. Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Erica, and yeah, I probably sound crazy because I very clearly, hopefully, just woke up and I'm about to get ready for the day, but I figured I would intro this video here. First things first, this is going to be a full day of eating, by the way, but if you've never tried sock curls, please let this be your sign to try because they are amazing. And if you're wondering what the frick I pulled off my mouth just now, I don't know where it went, but I use mouth tape when I sleep every night, and it just helps you breathe through your nose, which is really good for lowering your stress levels, helping lower your resting heart rate. Amazing for recovery. I just woke up. I'm gonna wash my face, do all my skincare, get myself situated, and then I will show you guys what I'm gonna make for breakfast. But I just wanted to intro this video, say hi, welcome. If you're new here, I'm Erica, like I said. I run, lift, do Pilates, bike ride, sometimes swim. I'm just pretty active. I don't track calories, macros. I try and eat a good amount of protein, and I just listen to my body. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, this is pumpkin loaf that I made a couple days ago. It's got like the PEScience protein like pancake mix in it. So I just cut myself a couple pieces of that. And then this is like an icing that I made with cream cheese, Greek yogurt, lemon juice, and some stevia. So it's high protein icing. And if you want the recipe for this, I have posted it before, but I will also write it in the description box for you guys. So that's gonna be my breakfast for the day before my workout, and we'll get into that in a bit. Okay, you guys, I am all dressed and ready for Pilates. I'm actually trying a new instructor in a new class today. I don't know if anyone else does Pilates here, or maybe you've seen this on TikTok, but there's this type of Pilates class where it almost looks like you're on like a trampoline, like you're bouncing up and down, and I thought it looked so fun, so I just wanted to try it this morning. I normally don't do Pilates on Thursday, I normally go on Friday, but I just switched up my workout schedule a little bit this week so that I could make it happen. So that's what we're gonna go and do. I'm gonna walk there, and I'm probably gonna do like a bigger walk just to get some extra steps in before I get to class, because right now at 7:30 my class is until 8:30, so I'm gonna go on a bit of a walk first and just get my steps in, like I said. But first things first, let me show you my outfit because I'm very much obsessed with it. Whole outfit is from Paragon. This is launching on February 13th for their Valentine's Day collection, and I just can't get over it. I'll write it on the screen what the bra and the pants are called and the color and everything, but I'm wearing a size small. Just looks like that in the back, and I just feel like a little Malibu Barbie in this little pink outfit. So love this. Gonna go gather all my goods, and then we're gonna go to Pilates. I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. Okay, starting off our smoothie with some almond milk. I do about 1.5 cups, like that. Frozen fruit, I'm gonna do some strawberries and also some raspberries. Protein, we're doing PEScience chocolate cupcake and also a scoop of collagen. A little bit of cocoa powder, measure with your heart. Some salt for electrolytes, some stevia, and ice cubes. And we blend. She's done. Let's give it a pour. And there we have our post-workout smoothie. Okay, it's been a little while. I've literally just been sat on the couch doing client check-ins and editing clips from our podcast this week that goes live tomorrow, which, by the way, if you aren't subscribed to the podcast, it is linked down below, and it's also called Yapping Hour Podcast. So you can find it on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, everywhere. Anyways, it is 12:30. I'm getting a little hungry, so I figured I'd make some lunch, and then I'm gonna get myself presentable for the day so that I can film a Q&A segment for you guys, because I wanted to include that in this video as well. But I really have been trying to focus on more whole foods. Again, I come from a history of restrictive eating. If you are new here, I had an eating disorder like so long ago now. I want to say like almost 10 years ago, which is crazy. But I'm very much recovered and have a very healthy relationship with food. However, I do feel like most of us are kind of starting to realize how much crap is in our food and how much processed food we eat, etc. So I'm never going to completely cut out anything from my diet or tell myself I can't have something. I just want to prioritize and focus on foods that are as whole as possible, nutrient dense, while still having balance. So with that being said, I'm just gonna try and focus on more whole foods in this video and in the next couple of months, and just see how my body feels. Not that I don't eat a lot of whole foods, but I do have like processed foods in my diet, and I'm literally gonna have processed food right now, which is sausages and toast. But I just wanted to lay that out there and say that is something I'm focusing on, limiting like artificial sweeteners, specifically like the coffee syrups and stuff like that I'm trying to dwindle down on, because I feel like my body and my taste buds have gotten so used to like very sweet foods, and I just want to let my body get back down to like the more natural sweetness, if that makes sense. So for lunch today, I'm going to make some chicken sausages that we get from Sprouts, some avocado cottage cheese toast, and I think that'll be a good high protein lunch. So let's get into my lunch for the day, and then like I said, I'm gonna get myself ready and we'll do a little Q&A. Okay, lunch is served. I love these. Oh, I forgot ketchup. Okay, lunch is served. I love these chicken sausages. We get them from Sprouts, and they're just like mushroom chicken sausage. The brand is Balinski's, and then I just have whole wheat toast, avocado, cottage cheese, everything but the bagel, salt, and honey. And it's good high protein lunch. Oh god, ew, why is my ketchup liquidy? Ugh. But yeah, it's a good high protein lunch, healthy fats, some carbs, just a good overall mixture. And then this is 50% less sugar and sodium ketchup. So let's chow down. Okay, I have my phone up with all the questions that you guys asked in my broadcast channel. I don't want to make this Q&A segment too long, so I'm going to answer a couple. But first things first, somebody asked, when you look back at everything you've accomplished and done in your life, fitness-wise and lifestyle, what are you most happy and proud of? And that is a very big ask. That's a very broad question. So I'm going to break it into two. Actually, no, I'm not, because I want to say the thing that I'm most not necessarily proud of, but grateful for looking back on my fitness journey and my health journey and my life in general is my ability to overcome my eating disorder. And if I hadn't overcome that, I don't know where I would be in life. I probably wouldn't be making videos. I probably wouldn't be living where I'm living, in a relationship with who I'm in a relationship with, friends with who I'm friends with. My life probably just would have turned out very differently. I don't know if I would have finished university. Like, there's just so many what ifs, and I'm just very grateful that I had the resources that I had at that time, that I had the support from my family, from my friends, from myself, that I had the drive and the internal desire to make a change. Because I've said this many times, and I said it on the podcast recently too, but nobody can force you to want to recover. That is something that you have to do for yourself. You can go to the hospital, they can put an IV in you, they can tube feed you, but at the end of the day, to truly recover from something like that, it really has to be an internal, intrinsic desire. Otherwise, I just don't feel like you come to that full healed state. And I don't want to say that I'm fully healed, because I feel like you're never fully healed from something. Those wounds are still there, the scars are still there. However, I feel that I have a very healthy relationship with food and exercise, and I'm just very grateful for that experience and where I am now, because it taught me a lot about myself, about my body, about triggers, and it gave me a lot of resilience to do what I'm doing now. So that's the answer to that question. Let me pull up another one. How do you maintain your health and fitness goals while on vacation in a destination that's known for its decadent and gourmet cuisine? So a couple years ago, I probably would have given a different answer, but my approach now is I allow myself to eat what I want to eat, and I feel like I've gotten to a point in my fitness journey where I'm very unattached to like my body weight and my physique to a certain extent. I'm accepting that there's going to be fluctuations. Like, I'm gonna have kids in a couple years. My body is not gonna look how it looks now, and that's okay. That's a beautiful part of the motherhood journey. So being okay with the fact that your body will ebb and flow throughout life, that's just very natural. And I personally have experienced so many vacations where I have put my fitness goals first, and I've been very restrictive back in the day, you know, didn't eat any dessert, whatever it might be. And when I look back, I'm like, wow, that's really sad. Like, what I remember from those trips are how conscious I was of my body and what I was eating. And so now coming to a point where I feel very balanced with my relationship with food. Like, for example, when I was in Nashville a couple months ago, I went out, I had donuts, I had cookies. We went out to eat at different restaurants every single day, and there wasn't a single day where I was like, no, I'm not going to let myself eat that. If I wanted to eat it, I'm going to eat it. And I know that's not the case for everyone. Like, it really depends on what your goals are. For example, if you're in bodybuilding prep, it's going to look so different to what I'm saying right now. But if you are someone that's just taking a very balanced, holistic lifestyle approach to your health and fitness, I feel like it is healthy to go into it with a mindset of, hey, I'm on vacation. That isn't necessarily like an excuse to binge per se. Ooh, sorry, I dropped my phone. But if you do have a binge eating history, then yeah, it might look a little bit different for you. But as someone who hasn't, I don't find myself feeling the tendencies of binging. I just find myself being like, oh, that looks good, and I'll eat a cookie, and then when I'm full, I stop eating it, if that makes sense. So that's my approach, is I just embrace it. I enjoy it. I also have a very informed way of eating naturally day to day. So the things that I crave are like high protein foods and fruits and vegetables and things that make my body feel good. So overall, I like to have a balance, but I still, if I'm craving a donut or 3 donuts, I'm gonna eat them, and that's just how I approach my vacations. So hopefully that's helpful. Someone said, what is the best part about living in Vegas? Great question. I feel like there's a couple reasons why I love Vegas so much. Number one is my community and the people that I have here. I love my friends here, and obviously I live with my husband, so I love that I'm with him, but we could be anywhere, honestly. I love how central we are in terms of flights. It's a central hub. Like Vegas, it's 3 hours to Vancouver, an hour and a half to, not even, like an hour to LA, an hour to Utah. It's not as far to go from Nevada to the East Coast as it is from California, for example, or Vancouver. So very central in that regard. Another reason why I love Vegas is because we have arguably some of the best food in the world. You can never get bored with food here. We're always trying new restaurants. We love to try new foods, and it's just so fun to experience it. And I also love going to the Strip. Not that we go very often. I would say we go like 1 to 2 times a month, whether it's for dinner or to walk around. But it's so fun to people watch and to go to shows, and there's just always things going on here. You can never get bored. There's always hockey games, football games, shows, concerts, magicians, all sorts of things, day clubs, whatever you want. I feel like there's something here for everyone. Plus, something that I don't feel like a lot of people know about Vegas is there is a lot of nature. We live pretty close to Red Rock Canyon, where you can go hiking, biking. Lake Mead isn't too far away. There's water sports. Like, it is a very outdoorsy place, minus when it's super hot in the summer, but in general there is so much to do, and I feel like there's things to do no matter what your hobbies and preferences are. Best advice for someone about to start training for their first triathlon. First of all, just enjoy the journey. It's gonna come with lots of highs and lows, at least mine did, and all I can say is I really tried to be present and not put pressure on myself or not feel like I have to get X amount of time on my bike ride or whatever. I just really wanted to go and experience it and have fun, and I would argue that is probably a good headspace to go into any race that you're doing for the first time, whether it's a 10K, a 5K, whatever. Just go and enjoy yourself and have fun, and that's truly what I did. I put no expectations on myself. I just did all the training. I found a program that worked for me in my schedule. I used the Motiv app, M-O-T-T-I-V, I think, and it worked really well for my triathlon training. I paired it with my Run app for my runs, and it was perfect. Maybe you want to hire a coach, but if you're doing a triathlon, I would say try maybe a shorter distance triathlon. At least that's what I did, and I felt like it was a perfect distance for what I was wanting. I have seen people that have just full sent like a full Ironman as their first triathlon, which is crazy, but amazing if you can do that. I will say, if you've never ran a marathon before, maybe run a marathon before you do a full Ironman, because an Ironman has a full marathon at the end. But yeah, just take baby steps. Recognize that even if you don't know how to swim, for example, I didn't really, like, I knew how to swim, but I hadn't swum lengths in so many years that I was basically starting from scratch. You will get there. It really just takes consistency and time and practice, and like anything, the more you practice, the better you get. So just have confidence in yourself, follow the plan, and just try and be as present as you can, and don't set any expectations on yourself. Oh, this kind of goes off what I just said. Somebody asked, did you know how to actually swim since you were young, or did you take a swimming class when you were an adult? I want to learn how to swim so bad. So I did take swimming lessons when I was younger, but I stopped when I was probably 7 or 8 years old. So I know how to swim, but I was not good at distance. I couldn't swim a full length in the pool without like being out of breath. So I did take adult swimming lessons, and then once I was finished with them, I just kind of, it was honestly, for me, it wasn't even about like getting the lessons. It was more about just getting time in the pool and practicing. And I did watch a lot of YouTube videos on swimming technique, breathing techniques, all that stuff, and it was very helpful. But when it comes to learning anything, I just think the more you do the thing, the better you're going to be. And it's all about time and practice and putting yourself out there and dipping your feet in the water, no pun intended. Somebody said, how do you start building muscle and knowing how many calories to eat to keep that muscle? Great question. Well, if you're first starting, honestly, focus on the basics when it comes to weightlifting. Try dumbbell exercises, body weight exercises before you go to a barbell, because you want to make sure that you have the foundation form and movement pattern down. You're not going to injure yourself, and then progressively add weight. So going from a body weight squat to maybe a dumbbell squat, and then eventually, once you feel like you've done as much weight that you can on a dumbbell squat, move to the barbell or Smith machine first, then barbell. So progressing that way. Also, it's never a bad idea to hire someone or to ask someone for help, whether it's a parent, a coach, whatever it is, a friend who has more knowledge in that area, just to have some guidance, because I think sometimes there's so much information on the internet that it can be hard to navigate, and you can be overwhelmed and trying to implement too many things at once. So simplify, ask for help. And then when it comes to food, I would say this, for me at least personally, I feel like it's an age thing when it comes to tracking. I wouldn't recommend like someone in high school, middle school to track their calories. I just don't think that you need to stress about that. But if you are someone that's in university or you're graduating and you want to start focusing on your nutrition and you have a healthy relationship with food, tracking your macros or just tracking your total food for the day can give you so much insight into, okay, I'm eating this much on average and this is how my body's responding. So track for a couple of weeks and just get that data. And then from there, if you notice, okay, my body weight is staying the same, cool. Maybe you want to add a little bit more food or a little bit more protein. Or if my body weight's coming down drastically, okay, we might want to add more food. Oppositely, if I'm all of a sudden gaining all this weight, some of it could be muscle mass, but if you're feeling like you're gaining a ton of body fat, maybe then we need to pull back on food, right? So tracking can be so helpful in that regard. But again, just know your relationship with tracking. If you're starting to feel very obsessive about it, take a break. Just be mindful of your mental health, please. I'm gonna do one more. What jobs did you have before YouTube? So I've had many jobs in my lifetime, but what I was doing before I started social media is I was actually in university. So I think when I started my social media, I was doing my undergrad. So in my undergrad, I was working at the gym, and I was also working for the recreation center, like the recreation committee, I guess, for my university. So I was working at the gym, and then for the recreation job, I would keep score at like hockey games, basketball games, that kind of stuff. So I worked in a lot of like sports specific environments or gym specific environments. And then in the summers when I wasn't in school, I worked at an insurance agency as like a receptionist kind of. So I would work like a full-time job in the summer to pay for my school, and then when I was in school I'd work part-time, and I had 2 jobs when I was in school. Okay, that's all that I want to answer for today, just because I don't want to take too much time out of this video, but I will definitely do more Q&As in the future. So leave your questions down below, or if you're not in my broadcast channel on Instagram, go join it, because that's where I just got all of those questions from. So if you want your question answered, go put it in there so that next time I do one of these Q&As, maybe your question will be the one that gets answered. Okay, I'm gonna go work a little bit more and then we'll catch up when I have my afternoon snack. Okay, you guys, I just got in the most exciting package. I work with Lululemon. I'm part of their creator network, and sometimes they send us like collections that are launching, and they just sent me this box full of all this stuff. And I think the thing I'm most excited about are these runners, because I've never tried Lululemon runners before, and these are like their gym specific shoe. They're called like a workout shoe. Let me see. The Women's Charge Fuel 3 workout shoe. So I'm really excited. I just tried them on and they feel so comfy. They're relatively flat too, which is perfect for the gym. So I'm gonna try these out tomorrow and see what I think. But I'm gonna put a link in my description box to my Lulu storefront where you can shop all my favorite items from Lulu. Okay, you guys, for my afternoon snack today, I'm gonna use up the rest of this cottage cheese that I have. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of vanilla Greek yogurt in there as well. Just mix those together. And I'm gonna put a little bit of cinnamon in there for some flavor. Some raspberries, drizzle of honey, and just a little bit of cereal. And that is gonna be my high protein sweet treat snack for the afternoon. Okay, you guys, it's 5:30 and I'm getting hungry, so I figured I would start on dinner. I feel like I've made this recipe in like my last video or maybe the video before, but I have been obsessed with taco bowls, and as you guys know if you've watched any of my videos, specifically my full days of eating, I go through phases with my food where I'm like obsessed with a certain meal for a month, 2 months, 3 months. And this has been a meal that's been in my rotation. So I'm making that right now. I just cut up some onions and I've got them sauteing with some taco seasoning, and then I'll put the bowl together. So I'll show you guys how I do that. Start with like a bed of shredded lettuce. Then I add my corn. This is just canned corn. I'm gonna add some mild salsa. Protein today is just ground beef that I had already cooked. Some avocado. I'm gonna do a little bit of this dill ranch dressing. Just use up the bottle, I guess. And we'll top it with those onions that we cooked with the taco seasoning. And there we go. There's our beef taco bowl. So good. Literally such an easy dinner. If you've got the meat pre-cooked, it takes like less than 10 minutes to make this. Okay, dessert, as most nights, is a Ninja Creamy. This is sugar cookie flavor. I blend it one time on regular ice cream, and then I'll add my toppings. Okay, so after one spin, it's still like quite powdery, as you can see. I just add a tiny splash of milk. Okay, I'm gonna finish off like the last little bit of those sprinkles and also add some chocolate sprinkles, and then we'll just mix it one more time on ice cream. So as you can see, after our second spin, it is pretty much the perfect like ice cream consistency. This is gonna be so good. I can already tell. Ugh, I love a Ninja Creamy. This is your sign if you don't have a Ninja Creamy machine. Like, in my opinion, it's 1000% worth the investment. Anyways, this is gonna be my last meal of the day. So I'm gonna finish off the video here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.